Hey gang, Will here from the Ashland Fly Shop. We do a fishing report for about the middle of November, heading into the holiday week here. So let's just kick it off with the Rogue. That's what we're fishing a lot right now, where we're fishing a lot right now. Again, it's our backyard. It's one of our favorite times of year. We absolutely love fishing the Rogue for steelhead this time of year. November, I talk about it as being the secret season. It's definitely proved out to be that way. We've got some good numbers of fish in the river. I'd say it's really kind of been hit or miss. Last year we had like real compressed week of just off the charts fishing right in about the second week in November, and this year I feel like we've got similar numbers. We've just got kind of varying results. If you've been out nymph fishing, you've probably been doing pretty darn well. I feel like the fish are really responding to that this time of year, and now in particular, nymph fishing tends to be pretty darn good right now. Getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of good reports from our guides and from just folks fishing out there. Swinging's been a little bit tougher, it seems like, in the last few weeks, a little bit harder to find fish on the swing, but they're definitely there. They're in the system and spread out. Flows are fluctuating. We've had some pretty big systems come through. We're getting some rain these last couple of days. That's sort of playing with the flows, but really not too much. We were expecting it to be a lot more, but it really hasn't been too much. So we're about, I think, 1,500 or 1,600 out of the dam right now, which is kind of a lot for this time of year. 2,400 at Dodge Bridge, so we've definitely got some water, but they're good flows, not too bad flows that are gonna keep the fish moving around, keep it mixed up, which is good, which is what we like to see. What we don't like to see this time of year is high pressure and low flows and lots of sunshine. So it's really nice to see that, see that happening in the Rogue. But it's a great time to be out there. I would run out the door any minute and fish whatever technique, swinging flies or nymphing. I would be on the Rogue. It's a very good place. We're seeing some very nice fish. This time of year, we also see some of the largest fish that we see for the year. So we've definitely heard about some pretty big bruisers out there already. So we're in good shape. We're going, typically this goes into about mid-December, really. We'll definitely start to see some darker fish. But we will see fresh fish all through that time as well. And then when we get some of those bigger storms, like we're having now in December, tributaries are all open and the fish are they're just hustling out of there. So that's what we see around that time. We see it kind of wrapping up on the Rogue. So the Klamath has been really surprising. I really did not expect a lot of fish kind of in the upper end in that Iron Gate stretch and down through the I-5 area, just in keeping with a little bit lower estimated returns, lower returns. I fished Happy Camp at the end of September and had pretty spotty results down there, and just kind of in keeping with what we've been hearing. But it's been pretty darn good up there. We've had good feedback on that upper section between Iron Gate Dam to Klamath on Bridge. Is a very popular section to fish. Again, all methods, swinging, nymphing, and then down below there as well. So that Iron Gate stretch tends to be really kind of the prime piece, and then down below Klamath on Bridge through I-5 gets a little more spotty, a little more hunt and peck. But personally, I've been down there and have done pretty well and have had good feedback from customers. So that's definitely a good thing to keep in mind, and something that we're really happy to see. Really happy to see the Klamath is doing well. As the Rogue fluctuates like this, and they bring the flows up when they expect rain to kind of get ready to fill the reservoir, where the Klamath is just bottomed out. It's at 1,000 CFS, so it's really good walking flows, good wading flows, and good time to be fishing down there right now. The Holy Water stretch on the upper Rogue, below the dam there, the Trout stretch has been quite good. I've been getting some really good feedback from the fishing up there. Had some great feedback last night of a guy that ran into some hatches up there and did fantastic on small blueing olives and things like that. And we start to see those hatches this time of year. We get these overcast days, going into the afternoon and the evening can be a very good time, and hopefully we'll have a good year for that this year. I've fished some great midwinter hatches up there in the past, and that's a lot of fun up there. A lot of quality fish and fish and dries, but also streamer fishing. We love fishing streamers. We love fishing trout spays. trout spay rods up there. It's really just kind of opened that up to a whole new way of looking at that whole trout section. So good time to be fishing the holy water. We've seen some very nice fish come out of there lately. Keeping with trout, you know, sort of in the Northern California area, the McCloud closed on the 15th, so so the season's a wrap down there. It ended up pretty strong. Had a lot of good feedback from folks fishing down there, fishing October caddis and stuff, and a lot of good feedback from our friends fishing down there. And Upper Sacramento remains open throughout the year, and the winter can be just a really neat time to fish down there. The October caddis hatch can really kind of linger on quite late down there into this time of year, late in November, even into December. You might see those bugs. If you get kind of a warm day, they tend to get, you know, kind of, if they don't get the sun, they kind of get stuck on the trees and stuff. And if you get some weather, they'll fall out of the trees, and you know, fish can kind of key in on them that way. So that's something to look for down there. And then just always nymphing through some of those deeper runs and stuff in the winter can produce. Really, the Upper Sac is a really neat place to fish in the winter. I really like to get down there a few times. So, you know, if trout's on the menu, that's a really good place to go down there. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We're watching the coast. We've had some pretty decent reports, a handful of folks that run out and fish salmon, you know, on the coast, fall salmon in some of the smaller systems. We've seen people getting a few here and there. We're just kind of waiting for those first steelhead to be caught, which is going to happen any second. Any moment someone's going to walk to the door and tell me they got it, the first winter coastal steelhead, and that usually starts the whole process of looking around out there. So, you know, we'll definitely be fishing the Southern Oregon coast, Northern California coast, looking for those really awesome wild fish out there. So we'll keep you tuned in on that the best we can. It's just on the edge of our territory, but we got a lot of folks, including myself, that like to try and get out there a few times a year and find a really beautiful wild winter steelhead. So we'll keep you in the loop. If you have any questions, give us a call. We can go into more detail about any of these fisheries and timing and stuff, and we're always happy to help. So feel free to give us a call. We'll talk to you soon.